Good morning, everybody. Hope your evening went well. We had another warm day here in Wichita. Not quite hot because the clouds stayed in longer than people had anticipated. 2 more days of summer-like temperatures. Then we're supposed to get seasonal, and there is some moisture in the forecast off and on for the next week. We need it. Coming in and listening to some of the commentary and reading all the news, I mean, we live in very, very unsettled times right now. There is a leadership vacuum around the world. The West has essentially folded their cards, taken a hands-off approach. There is no strong leadership from the United States. Their stated policy is lead from behind, let things sort themselves out, and every dictator in the world is going to grab as much as they can between now and the elections of 2016. So they got a couple, 2.5 years to keep things stirred up and things unstable. We lost another reporter, had his head sawed off by ISIS. No response from our administration other than very, very sorry and condolences to the family. That's not, and this just empowers those people in that part of the world. It makes their job easier when they don't see staunch resistance from all parts of the globe against them. Russia and the Ukraine announced a ceasefire. Every stock market in the world rallied off that. Russia and Ukraine denied that there was a ceasefire. So the way the markets are reacting, I think there was probably a ceasefire. Obama visits Estonia, showing his support for Estonia against Russia. They'd probably like a little more than a brief meeting or a brief landing in their country. It's important, but they'd like a little more. Russia now has to deal with U.S. advisors and NATO advisors adding up to 1,000 on the ground in Ukraine. So that increases tensions there. The United States is sending 350 more advisors to Iraq. Now, these are not soldiers in a combat role. They're only there to advise Iraq. So, I mean, from a headline standpoint, I mean, there's just all sorts of stuff going on right now. China's service PMI beat expectations. Spain's did. Italy's didn't. The EU's service PMI, the collective number for all the EU, did not beat expectations. The UK's beat it by quite a bit. So we've got mixed economic news coming, and I think a great deal of the selling in the financials today, when you just get rid of all the noise that's going on around the globe, is that our forecasts for the numbers are pretty strong. This morning, ADP is to show 223,000 increase in private employment. That's a pretty healthy number, as is Friday's non-farm payroll number. Factory orders, now they have jumped a 10.9%. Some of the commentary this morning says that comes from the government placing orders for any and everything. If they don't spend every penny of their budget, they don't get it next year, so there is no incentive to save and cut back spending. So government orders across the board from every department are supposed to increase factory orders. This is desks, this is automobiles, this is trucks, this is just all sorts of equipment coming in. And you have auto and truck sales at 16.5 million. So all this news shows a growing economy, increasing economic strength, less need for the Fed to support the economy. The flight to quality argument is diminished, sell bonds, buy equities, and that's what we face right now. So I think there's one sell left this morning in financials. Obviously, this 125 even to 125.04 is the sell zone, and then followed by 7 to 11 for sell 2. On the buy side, We'll make it 25 to 01, let it trade lower, but we may have to move that up depending on how the news goes this morning, and then 13 to 17 for buy 2. But, you know, in the back of my mind, with all that's going on around the globe, all that we face right now, it would be really, really hard to be just across the board short financials, given the fact that we might wake up with somebody new shooting at each other. I mean, this shooting around the globe, I mean, China has taken on Japan, the Philippines, Vietnam, Taiwan, and now India. They are testing the waters. They are trying to undermine the United States. They've signed deals with Russia on natural gas. They are going to buy energy with yuans and rubles right now, trying to undermine the dollar. I mean, this is not a stable investing climate, to say the least. So I think it's pretty hard to see the bottom falling out of financials because of this. Not to say they can't sell, but I mean, in the back of my mind, you sit there scratching your head, do I really want to be out of my treasury positions right now? Probably not. Okay, on the 30-year, 15 to 19, sell 1, 23 to 27, sell 2. I'm going to make 01 to 29, let them go get stops below the overnight session low, and a lot of this is just based on this morning's news, and then 21 to 25 for buy 2. Okay, gold is up a little bit overnight. The trend has been lower, but once again, it rebounded. And after a trend day in both crude and gold, you tend to get pause days. So if they don't extend the range materially in the overnight session, you can come back and be a buyer. So we left yesterday wanting to sell the 70 area, then basically the 75 area, and so we'll probably keep that the same. Sell 1, 70 to 72 to take advantage, then we'll sell 2 will be 75 plus or minus. On the buy side, we've rejected prices below 65. So 65, 63 will be buy 1, and then buy 2 will be this 58 to 60 area. Again, I think that you'll see retail buying. My retail contacts view this as a buying opportunity to get more gold, and you know, that mindset doesn't change quickly. They don't trust the dollar, they don't trust currencies, they don't trust paper money, and so they're not buying gold or silver to trade it. They're buying it because from safety. Backstop, a financial backstop. Okay, the euro is up off the ceasefire from the Ukraine. You'd hope it's true. So it has rallied, and that's tied to a tangible piece of news. So we're at 53, so this maybe stops above, here's the break point, this 50 area. If we can stay above 50, we're going to trade higher. So we're going to make 60 to 70, sell 1, and then our 80 to 90, sell 2. Don't really like the buy side, but sometimes the markets don't listen to me, so we're at 53 right now. We'll make 25 to 35, get into the sweet spot of volume, buy 1, and then the buck to 10 to buy 2. I do like to buy against 31. It'll just bring in short covering. So fighting starts up again in between Russia and the Ukraine. NATO meets this week. I imagine there'll be some sort of cautionary, sound the alarms, but do nothing type statement out of the NATO powers. NATO's not armed. I mean, NATO is the United States, and I can't see the United States taking the lead and aggressively going after anybody, any place in the world right now. And when they do go, it will be on a tit-for-tat, very cautious, always with a very large back door. Lots of wiggle room, and that does not deter aggression or land grabs. I mean, if you're not willing to step up and defend and back what you say, and we haven't been, then the dictators around the world will take note and pretty much continue to get as much as they can. Okay, 94 and a quarter, sell 1. 94.50.75, sell 2. And we're going to talk structurally. You got 93 and a quarter to 50. Buy 1, that's pretty aggressive. But given what's going on in the world, then it may hold up. Now, usually what we talked about this yesterday in crude, when we have a huge sell-off, the next day is usually a pause day. So we have this spill from 94 as possible resistance, and then we have the spill from 94.50 as possible resistance. So selling this 94 to 94.50 area, leaning against that, is probably a reasonable trade. So our 94 and a quarter picks up the bottom end of it. 94.50, 94.75 picks up the top end. On the buy side, don't know what's going to happen between the Ukraine and Russia, but it does look like a ceasefire's been. But Russia and Ukraine is not a crude play. What goes on in Iraq and Syria is a crude play. Again, it doesn't surprise me that we're up based on what's going on in the world and the fact that when we get a big trend day down, it's usually countered by a pause day or some retracement. So that's it for crude. Now I want to, one of the things that we can't forget in crude or in any market is everybody says, well, the trend days is after the fact. Well, number one, in crude yesterday, we had a B pattern, so we're looking to sell. And it's a go-with market, so sell stopping into the market is a valid strategy. Right here we have a move out of the middle. This is where all new moves start from. It's called a MOM in the literature when you go look it up. And how can you tell the market's in trending condition? Well, it's definitely trending if it's no more than 2 letters wide. Got that? 2 letters wide. That's D and E. That's 2 letters wide. And that's how the Propo tells you. So anytime you see something that's 2 letters wide, you can sell stop into every range extension. And it all produced legitimate trades. Now, we go 4 letters wide right here, GHIJ, and at this time the market, it's confirmed that it's paused. So we've got a seller against 93.50 basically, and we got a buyer against 93 as the market moved into it. So you can read, the profile tells you if it's 2 to 3 letters wide, it's trending. Period. and it's more than 4 letters wide. It's in that move. It's in that pause consolidation phase. So don't forget that when you look at these gold and crude especially, they can really move, and move quickly. Okay, now to everybody's favorite market, the E-mini. Why do we trade the E-mini? Because of volatility. And sometimes we have it. If we get a two-sided market, we have volatility. So ceasefire agreement between Russia and the Ukraine rallied us last night. Is it really a ceasefire or not? Don't know. So the easiest trade on the books is to sell failure to make a new high. Then 14 to 16 for sell 2. They make us pay up to get long, so we're at 0675, so 3 to 5 is our first buy. And then 2,000 plus or minus is buy 2. We've got very strong numbers coming in this morning. ADP 223, that is supportive. Factory orders, everybody says it's a one-off because of government orders that were placed this month, plus 10.9. That is a very strong number. And some of that will spill over into next month. Then auto and truck sales, 16.5. Very strong numbers. So all the numbers or news that's coming out this morning is forecast to be strong. And in the beige book, is where the regional banks report their expectations for growth and current business activity. And that's likely to be pretty good. So the E-mini is pointed higher. The thing that got it going was ceasefire between Russia and the Ukraine. And now we've got very strong economic news coming at us this morning. So my guess is it'll hold those gains.